Peace, fam. Let's get right into it. We're dealing with that type 2 diabetes. Today we'll be dealing with trace minerals, chromium, magnesium, zinc. Today we'll only deal with the chromium. This is the first of a series of videos that we'll break these things down. All right. Chromium is essential, guys. You want to make sure that we have the adequate levels. It says for adults, 50 micrograms to 200 micrograms. So chromium helps with insulin sensitivity and glucose tolerance factor. These two go hand in hand, guys. So you want your body to be sensitive to the insulin, guys, meaning that as soon as your pancreas produces that insulin, your body is able to allow that insulin to get in the cells. This goes a long way, and chromium helps with that. Foods that are high in chromium or have a good chromium content are natural foods that I'm dealing with. We're talking about tomatoes, we're talking about black pepper, we're talking about potatoes, we're talking about spinach, romaine lettuce, we're talking about apples as well, and there's quite a few more. All right, guys. So have a beautiful day. Peace. Peace, fam. Thank you for watching that 1 minute breakdown of the type 2 diabetes. Again, it was a short, quick breakdown, and we was dealing with only the chromium, guys. Magnesium, zinc, and other things play a role in it. So we definitely will be doing another video on those two for sure, and we'll do a video that contains all three of those, and we'll break down nutritional things that we can do. We'll break down exercise things that we can do, and we'll break down some herbal remedies that we can put together to help with that type 2 diabetes. All right, today I want to deal with dysfunction, guys. Dysfunction, particularly and specifically talking about the black man in America, guys. And I have a person in mind, but we're not going to go into deep detail about this individual. But his name is Antonio Brown. He plays football. He was playing for the Steelers. He got traded to the Raiders. He subsequently got released from the Raiders so that he could go and play with the Patriots. Now he's been with the Patriots for 11 days and he's been cut. All of this is surrounding sexual allegations and his sexual assault allegations and his inability not to try to communicate with those who are accusing him, and not do it in a way that's damaging to his own survival as far as playing football, his sport. You understand what I'm saying? So it's deeper than football. Not overly concerned about his football and his ability to play football. I'm talking about his decisions that have impacted him in a way where he can't make his own money because he's unable to control himself. So we're dealing with a deep mental issue. And you see this across the board with many individuals, not just black, but I'm dealing with black people because I'm a black person and I am uniquely affected by things coming from the black male perspective. All right. So we're dealing with an individual. He's one example, but we're dealing with individuals as a whole that tend to not be able to control ourselves from reacting in a way that is damaging to us in the long run. Now, I'm not saying that he is not guilty of the sexual assault. I don't know that. You know, understand what I'm saying? He may or he may not be. But what I am saying is his response to a situation that ultimately had not been adjudicated in courts has already led him to do things to get him out of a job that he says he loves to do that pays him a lot of money. But he couldn't control his emotional reaction to certain things that caused him to lose his job with a team that gave him a chance, a team that he wanted to be with. But his behavior has been erratic for over 2 years. So what's going on with this individual? It's much deeper than him not just being able to control his emotional reaction. Many of us are suffering from mental illnesses in silence, and we don't even know that we're mentally ill. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be mentally ill in a sense where you can't function, where you can't produce, where you can't earn a living. Mental illness has a lot of variety and nuances that manifest themselves. Again, his inability to control his self in order to maintain his way of life and his livelihood is apparent. And this happens many, many times, not just to those who are in prominent positions. So what's going on, guys? What's going on? Could it be that he's suffering from CTE, which is a head condition that many football players are dealing with and have dealt with. It caused many of those individuals to even take their lives. Could he be dealing with that CTE? Could that be causing him to react angrily and aggressively in a way that is totally destroying his career when he has lawyers and has agents that can do things for him and not allow him to have to deal with that until it goes to court, if it goes to court? Again, she didn't file a criminal suit. She filed a civil lawsuit. So anytime individuals are filing civil lawsuits and not filing criminal suits, then I have a question as to why. If this was done to you, why are you not filing a criminal suit? I don't know the legalities of those. I don't know that she had to file a civil suit because she waited later to accuse him. I don't know. But that throws up like a little bit of a red flag for me. Again, he may have did it, he may have not. But I'm wondering why you file a civil suit instead of filing a criminal suit. All right. Also, the lady that said that he exposed himself to her, she just coming out. I think that was supposed to happen a couple of years back, maybe also. Don't know how true that is as well. But again, he couldn't contain himself from not lashing out at these individuals through text messages, etc., claiming that he's innocent, but doing that which is causing teams to drop him because they ask that he not be in contact with his accusers. You understand what I'm saying? So it just, again, we're dealing with individuals who are not thinking above or not thinking properly, and what is causing this inability to think, inability to do the things that's going to best benefit you. And that's what it boils down to us, guys. What benefits us? We have to be able to step back from the emotions and deal with the things that are going to best benefit us. We're not going to always make the right decision. But if we're constantly making decisions that are taking us backwards, then we have to examine who it is, what it is, and what the hell we doing. But again, a lot of us are suffering from mental illness in a short in a small way. We're not dealing with mental illnesses that keep us from being able to work, that keep us from being able to hold conversation, to deal with people. But many of us are dealing with that. And I think specifically the African American male, he's dealing with a lot of psychological drama or trauma and drama. So psychological trauma and drama he's dealing with. Not saying others are not. But again, coming from a black person's perspective, a black male's perspective, and my perspective isn't the only perspective, but I know the damaging effects of being basically dominated by a whole nother group of people and other peoples as well. We have a few of us who have made it out of the realm of what I call the rat race, but you still don't own things to the level where we're considered to be on par with those men of other ethnicity when it comes to dominance and business and the factors that make a society move forward. All right. So these types of realities helps or play a major role on the thought process of an individual. It really affects them emotionally and mentally, especially if they see and they notice, if they know that they are and they have the ability to do great things, but are felt or feel as if they're trapped, then this can cause all types of emotional responses, even though they may be making millions of dollars. If you don't own the team that you are working for, you still work for somebody else, no matter how much they pay you, and you at their discretion when it comes to if they want to keep you or if they want to let you go. So if you're not in control of your own financial destiny totally, then you're going to always feel the pressure of something else on top of you. And that's what you want to get free from. That's what we need to get free from in order to not have these emotional and mental lapses and to not deal with what I call subtle neuroses. And a lot of this plays a role in nutrition etc. I'm pretty sure he was in great or is in great shape, but something else may be going on that's triggering these types of mental and emotional responses, guys. So again, we got to get a little deeper when it comes to what it is that we're doing, how we're doing it, what's affecting us, and why we're behaving in the way that we're behaving. All right. Peace and love, fam. Peace.